Do you ever feel like your knees are older than they are? Every morning when you wake up, your legs are still numb. Your joints still hurt, even though you tried to go to bed early last night. Eat healthy and drink enough water. But maybe you're missing the most important thing. Not long ago, I met Carol, an old friend of my mother's. She is 72 years old this year, but I still see her walking faster than many young people, traveling regularly, and even playing tennis every Sunday afternoon. When I asked her for her secret, she just smiled and said something that I can't forget. Darling, don't let your feet define your age. Feed them before they cry for help. It turns out that for the past 5 years, she has been regularly eating what she calls natural medicine for your knees. No Western medicine, no expensive supplements. Just the things she cooks in her small kitchen every day. In today's video, we'll explore 10 foods that can restore collagen, the essential protein that keeps your joints, legs and body running smoothly and pain-free. But it's not just a list. I'll take you deeper. Each food will be analyzed in detail, why it works, how to prepare it properly to maintain its effects, and the mistakes many people are making that make them eat healthy, but ineffective. We'll also have a bonus at the end of the video, a one-day menu to help you restart your body's collagen factory, made entirely from fresh, easy to find, easy to cook foods. Before we start, please share with me in the comments. What age are you, and are you having problems with your knees, legs, or body flexibility? Your comments will help me understand better, and who knows, also inspire someone reading. Now, join me on a journey of healing with what you put on your plate every day. Because your feet deserve to walk thousands of miles more, strong and free. Have you ever wondered, why do many people take collagen every day, but still have joint pain? Why do some people spend hundreds of dollars a month on supplements, but still have to use a cane? Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body, true. It acts as a skeleton for connective tissue, also true. But collagen doesn't work alone. The structure of a healthy knee joint is like a building. Collagen is the core concrete, but to make the building stand, you also need proteoglycans, water-absorbing molecules that create elasticity like springs between the layers of cartilage, extracellular matrix, the glue that holds it all together into a flexible mass, and enzymes, minerals, vitamins, like skilled builders. And here's what many people overlook. You can drink as much collagen as you want, but without enough building materials and skilled builders, the collagen factory in your body remains dormant. Let me tell you a little story. Alice, 64, from Minnesota, drank collagen every day for 8 months. She said, "It tastes like unsweetened tea, but if it helps relieve knee pain, then it's okay." But then one day she tripped and fell in the garden. The seemingly simple fall left her bedridden for nearly 3 weeks. The doctor not only prescribed medication, but also advised her to supplement foods rich in magnesium, vitamin C, and raw protein from food, not just collagen alone. Then she started changing the way she ate, adding bell peppers, pumpkin seeds, whole eggs to breakfast, drinking bone broth instead of coffee. And most importantly, stopping believing that one miracle pill was enough. 2 months later, she was walking again, no cane, no lingering pain. You see, the body needs more than just raw materials like collagen. It needs an architect, a builder, and a good environment to recover. And that's why the next part is so important. Because if collagen is the frame of a house, who are the builders to keep your house from falling down? The answer lies in the little things we often take for granted, like pumpkin seeds. Here's the funny thing, sometimes the smallest things are the most essential. Like seeds, are tiny, but can nourish an entire garden. And pumpkin seeds play the same role in the journey to healing your knee. Think of your body as a construction site. To create collagen, you need raw materials. But raw materials alone are not enough. You need skilled workers, and those are zinc, manganese, and magnesium. Zinc is like a production coordinator, helping the enzyme prolyl hydroxylase to function, thereby forming stable collagen chains. Manganese is the creator of elastic cushioning, supporting the synthesis of proteoglycans, helping cartilage elasticity. Magnesium is like a construction worker, anti-inflammatory, muscle stabilizing, reducing stiffness. And all these minerals fit neatly into a handful of raw, unroasted pumpkin seeds. Linda, 58, organic gardener in Vermont. She thought leg pain was normal when she turned 50. She tried many joint supplements, anti-inflammatory pills, collagen, glucosamine. But every time she bent down to pull weeds, she felt a sharp pain from her knee down to her ankle. Then one day, at a farmer's market, an old farmer showed her, try eating 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds every day. But don't roast them, leave them whole, or soak them overnight. Linda started eating pumpkin seeds every morning, mixed with oatmeal, and a little honey and cinnamon. After just 2 weeks, she noticed less numbness in her legs when standing for long periods of time. 8 weeks later, she shared at a community meeting, "I quit taking the joint supplement. I'm down to a small bag of seeds, but my feet are lighter than ever. Food is more than nutrition. It's a message to your body every day, and when you send the right signal, like a handful of pumpkin seeds, your body will respond with recovery." Pumpkin seeds are more than just a snack. They are the silent mechanics that repair every joint, every little muscle in your body, without you even knowing it. But there is something even less known. Even if you have enough minerals, if you lack a special catalyst, the collagen factory cannot function. That substance is vitamin C, the chief engineer of the whole process. For years, we have been taught that if you want to be healthy, you should skip the yolk and only eat egg whites. But the truth is, skipping the yolk is like building a house and throwing away all the tools. You still have the materials, but you don't have a way to put them together. Egg whites provide protein, yes, but collagen cannot be formed with protein alone. You need special elements to activate and stabilize collagen synthesis, and they are in the yolk. Sulfur, an essential mineral that helps build strong links in the collagen chain. Not enough sulfur equals weak, brittle, inelastic collagen. Biotin, a B vitamin that helps regenerate connective tissue and skin. Vitamin D helps regulate the immune system, reduce inflammation, and protect cartilage. The natural fats in the yolk even help absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, all of which are related to joint health. Simply put, the egg white is the brick, but the yolk is the mason and mortar. Helen, 67, of Colorado, gave up egg yolks for nearly 20 years. Her doctor told her she had a history of high cholesterol, so she followed it strictly. But then, persistent knee pain prevented her from walking in the park, her favorite thing to do. One day, her daughter, a nutritionist, handed her a plate of soft-boiled eggs and said, "Mom, it's time for you to forgive the yolk." After a few weeks of eating whole eggs every morning, Helen started to feel lighter when walking down the stairs. After 2 months, she was back in the park, walking every morning, no longer relying on painkillers. And the best part, her blood tests remained stable. HDL, the good cholesterol, even increased slightly. In the journey to health, there are old knowledges that need to be updated. And there are imaginary culprits, like egg yolks, that are actually silent heroes. Eat the whole egg and cook it properly. Soft-boiled, poached or lightly fried to preserve the precious compounds. But there is one thing that all the protein, minerals and vitamins cannot replace. It is the all-important catalyst for collagen to actually form, without which all the effort is in vain. In the next section, you'll learn why a deficiency in a nutrient that everyone thinks they have enough of is the reason your knee joints are constantly aching. Let's explore the vital role of vitamin C and why oranges aren't the king of collagen you think. You can eat enough protein, you can drink collagen every day, but without this one thing, all that effort is just raw material waiting in the warehouse, and your body still waiting for orders to start producing. Vitamin C isn't just something you take when you have a cold. It's an essential biological catalyst that helps your body turn amino acids like proline and lysine into real collagen. Without enough vitamin C, the amino acid chains can't coil properly to form the stable triple helix structure of collagen. The result? Weak joints, wrinkled skin, slow healing wounds, and easy bruising from even the slightest bump. In other words, vitamin C doesn't participate in making bricks, but it is the commander of the entire construction team. Without a commander, your collagen team will sit idle. Mr. George, 70 years old, used to serve in the Navy and still maintains a very disciplined lifestyle. Eat well, walk regularly, and even drink collagen peptides every morning. But then, one day while pruning trees, he got a small scratch on his hand. The small wound but it took a long time to heal. And after a few days, his hand began to swell and bruise strangely. When he went to the doctor, he discovered that his vitamin C level in his blood was very low. Mr. George was startled. I thought I ate well, but it turned out that I didn't eat anything with real vitamin C, except for a slice of orange in the breakfast buffet every Sunday. Since then, he started adding red bell peppers, broccoli, and fresh lemon to his meals every day. After a month, not only was the wound completely healed, and even your knees, which used to make creaking noises when you stand up, are now much more comfortable. When it comes to vitamin C, everyone immediately thinks of oranges, but the truth is, a medium-sized red bell pepper contains twice as much vitamin C as an orange. A small head of broccoli, steamed until just done, can also provide the necessary amount each day. Vitamin C is easily depleted when you smoke, are stressed, eat a lot of sugar, or cook at high temperatures. Remember, it's not that you don't have collagen, it's that you don't have the conditions for it to function. But there's one more thing that can frustrate your healing efforts. These are the enemies that silently destroy collagen every day, even if you eat right, drink right, and get enough rest. In the next section, you'll learn about the 4 biggest collagen destroyers in modern life, and how to eliminate them from your joint recovery journey. Because healing is not just about adding, it's also about knowing when to take away. We often focus on what to eat to build collagen, but sometimes what you need to remove is more important than what you add, because you can't build a new house if someone is still secretly destroying it behind you. Here are the 4 biggest culprits that are silently destroying collagen every day, and you may not even realize it. Refined sugar. Sugar causes glycation, which hardens and deforms collagen fibers, gives losing elasticity, leading to creaking joints, wrinkled skin, and inflamed tendons. Chronic stress. Stress increases the hormone cortisol. This hormone inhibits collagen production, while slowing down soft tissue recovery. Chronic sleep deprivation. Sleep is when the body regenerates cells and produces growth hormone. Lack of sleep equals no work hours for the collagen building team. Smoking or passive smoking. Toxins in cigarette smoke destroy vitamin C and cause vasodilation, gives reduced blood circulation to the cartilage area, leading to fibrosis of connective tissue. Marcus, 55 years old, works as a software engineer. He takes collagen peptides every morning, eats correctly, and does light gym work 3 times a week. But he still has wrist pain, shoulder pain when sleeping, and recently has mild cervical spondylosis. When he went to the doctor asked, "How many hours do you sleep each night?" Marcus smiled subtly, 5 hours. "It's been a long time since I've known what deep sleep is." The doctor gently pointed at the blood test results and said, "Collagen cannot be produced if the body doesn't have time to recover." After that, Marcus started turning off his phone 1 hour before bed, drinking chamomile tea, and reducing the amount of hidden sugar from sugar-free soft drinks. 2 months later, the wrist pain stopped. And for the first time in years, he slept soundly until morning. You may have done a good job. You eat healthy, you drink collagen, you take vitamins. But if you keep up with the habits that silently destroy collagen, it's like watering your plants while the sun is still burning from above. Let your body do its job at its best by removing these saboteurs gently, bit by bit. And once you've cleared the construction site and protected the recovery process, it's time to load your body with real collagen bricks, the best, most easily absorbed, natural food. In the next section, you'll meet a familiar ingredient, one that seems like a good idea to throw away, but turns out to be a golden gift for cartilage and tendons: chicken skin. That's right, the thing that many people have been cutting out for years. Perhaps for many years, you have done this. Buy chicken, remove the skin, remove the bones, keep only the white breast because ... eating that way is good for your health. But if you are looking to restore joints, improve leg pain, or regenerate natural collagen, then you have accidentally thrown away the most valuable part. In the food world, few dishes contain as much natural collagen and are ready to be absorbed as chicken skin and meat with bones. Chicken skin is rich in type 1 collagen, the type that makes up the majority of tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. Meat with bones such as thighs, wings, necks, chicken feet when cooked properly will secrete gelatin, which is collagen that has been softened and is easier to absorb. In addition, chicken skin also contains elastin, which helps increase the elasticity of joints, muscles, skin and connective tissue. Eating chicken skin properly equals putting into the body collagen building blocks that are ready to go into recovery. Ruth, 73, lives in Kansas and is a meticulous, clean cook. For 30 years, she avoided chicken skin because she thought it was fat and cholesterol, but her knees were getting worse. Even getting up from a chair became a challenge, until her nutritionist suggested, instead of taking expensive collagen, why don't you try making chicken soup again, but with the skin and bones? So she started making slow-cooked chicken soup, with skin on chicken thighs, seasoned with ginger and vegetables, just like her mother used to make when she was a child. After 3 weeks, she felt more flexible in her joints, less morning stiffness. And most of all, she laughs, "I feel younger, physically and mentally." We've been taught to fear fat, fear chicken skin, fear anything that isn't clean. But when it comes to joint recovery, whole foods are key. Don't just eat lean meat. Eat the skin, with bones, where life and healing truly begin. Just cook it right. Slow roast with herbs, gently simmer for 6 to 8 hours. Or roast in the oven at medium heat until the skin is golden and crispy, not burnt. You'll have a dish that's not only delicious, but also a silent healing medicine from within. And if you're ready to embrace collagen from chicken skin and bones, then the next part will surprise you even more. Because there's a small, simple, cheap food, pre-packaged, ready to eat, that contains the perfect combination of collagen, calcium, and anti-inflammatory omega-3 south. That's sardines with bones. Let's explore why this simple dish could be a joint healing superfood in the next part. When it comes to joint healing foods, most of us think of broths, stews, or collagen peels. But sometimes, the answer is right there in a tiny can on the grocery store shelf, and few people notice it. Yes, I'm talking about canned sardines. Don't let their unassuming appearance fool you. Sardines, eaten with their bones and skin, are one of the most nutrient-dense foods for your connective tissue and joints. The soft bones in sardines are a natural source of easily absorbed calcium, unlike synthetic supplements. Fish skin contains collagen and elastin, which supports the elasticity of ligaments, tendons, and cartilage. And best of all, sardines contain large amounts of omega-3, EPA and DHA fatty acids that help reduce inflammation, relieve pain, and protect cartilage. A serving of sardines, about 3 ounces, provides the same nutritional value as a complete joint recovery meal. My Uncle Daniel, 62 years old, living in Oregon, used to never touch canned fish. For him, sardines were the food of the hard years. But after being diagnosed with early-stage knee arthritis, his doctor advised him to increase his omega-3 and calcium from food. At first, he was hesitant. But then one day, his niece mixed sardines with avocado, lemon, dill, making a spread to eat with barley bread. He tried it, and was surprised to love the taste. He started eating sardines 3 times a week, choosing the boneless, skinless variety, packed in olive oil. After 6 weeks, the dull pain every time he went up and down the stairs was gone. And the best part, Daniel started sharing his sardine recipe on Facebook. Sardines are not a fashionable food, but they are a natural, comprehensive package of nutrients, conveniently packaged and easy to use. The great thing about real food, you don't have to measure out pills, just listen to your body and feed it slowly and steadily. If you're just starting out, try sardines with avocado and lemon, or toss them in a salad with balsamic vinegar, or lightly cooked with tomatoes and garlic, like a Mediterranean dish. And don't forget, choose ones that say skin and bones to get the full benefits. And if sardines are a complete superfood in a box, then next we're going to move into a more refined and concentrated world. A food that's almost pure collagen in its most absorbable form, often used by people recovering from injuries or chronic pain. Let's explore the hidden but amazing power of gelatin. In recent years, collagen has become a golden keyword in the health world. But when you walk into a drugstore or search online, you quickly get confused. Should I choose gelatin or collagen peptides? Which is actually more effective for my joints? Both gelatin and collagen peptides come from the same thing, natural collagen from the skin, bones, or connective tissue of animals. But the key difference lies in the molecular size and how it is used. Gelatin is cooked collagen. When added to warm water, it forms a jelly-like consistency, which is great for cooking like soups, puddings, gummies. In the body, Gelatin takes longer to digest, but is very effective at nourishing the intestinal lining, joints, and connective tissue. Collagen peptides are hydrolyzed collagen. The molecules have been broken down into smaller pieces, gives easier to dissolve, faster to absorb, ideal for mixing into coffee, smoothies, or cold drinks. In other words, peptides are like ready-made bricks, small, convenient, quick to use. Gelatin is like flexible mortar, slower, but creates a strong bond. Marianne, 69, living in Utah, suffered from arthritis in her hands and lower back pain after years of working as a craftsman. She tried many forms of collagen peptides mixed with water, but after 2 months, she said, "I didn't feel worse, but I didn't feel much better." A friend recommended switching to grass-fed gelatin, dissolved in herbal tea every morning. After 3 weeks, she noticed her knuckles were less stiff in the morning. The skin on her hands was softer and, most importantly, she slept better thanks to the glycine in gelatin, an amino acid that helps calm the nerves. Gelatin is a real form of collagen, used since our grandparents' time in bone broth, jellies, and soups. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need fancy packaging. It just takes time and patience. If you love to cook, want to improve your knees and digestive system, gelatin is the choice. Great. And if you need the convenience of making your morning coffee, peptides are a quick, easy, yet satisfying option. And sometimes, combining the two, gelatin at night, peptides in the morning, is the perfect recipe for feet in need of healing. But there's an old dish that our grandparents have been using for hundreds of years. Something that has gelatin as the main ingredient, but is also enhanced with minerals, glucosamine, and natural amino acids. That's bone broth, a seemingly simple dish that is liquid therapy for joints, intestines, and sleep. In the next section, you'll learn why just 1 cup a day can soothe years of knee pain. Remember that hot soup your grandmother used to make whenever you had a cold. The soothing aroma of the bone broth, the warm feeling in your belly as you sip each spoonful. You don't call it a superfood yet, but she knows, and your body knows, that it's healing something inside. Bone broth isn't just a traditional dish. It's a natural restorative dose that contains gelatin, the most easily absorbed form of collagen, helps cushion joints, rebuild cartilage, glycine and proline, two key amino acids that form connective tissue, natural glucosamine and chondroitin, have anti-inflammatory effects and slow down the degeneration of joints. Trace minerals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus help strengthen bones and reduce pain. A cup of bone broth a day is a gentle, lasting way to help you rebuild from the inside. Edna, 74, lives in a small town in Wyoming. She had suffered from such knee pain that she had to skip her favorite yoga class. One day, instead of buying more joint supplements, she decided to return to her old recipe. "I started stewing beef and chicken bones, something I used to do when my kids were little. I'd long forgotten the taste." She added some ginger, apple cider vinegar, and vegetables, then let the stew simmer overnight. Every morning, she sipped a small bowl before breakfast. No big changes. Until the 3rd week, I got up from my chair without groaning. My knees no longer made a cracking sound when I bent over. And slowly, she returned to yoga, starting again with the breathing and gentle movements. Modern science is only just beginning to understand what our ancestors did instinctively. Bone broth is not a trend, it is old wisdom. But it is true. Sometimes the answer isn't in a bottle of medicine, it's in that pot of stew left in the corner of the kitchen. A quick tip for making bone broth. Use bones that are rich in cartilage, such as shin bones, chicken knees, or chicken feet. Add 1–2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to release the minerals. Simmer for at least 12 hours or use a pressure cooker if you need to speed things up. Drink 1 cup a day, especially in the morning or before bed. And if bone broth is a slow-healing liquid therapy, then the last dish on this list is the most concentrated, fastest healing, and also the one that few people dare to try, but it's amazing for joints. A food that's almost pure collagen. Get ready to discover beef tendon, the most collagen-rich food on the planet, in the next part. In the journey to find foods to restore joints, there are foods that quietly stand on the sidelines. Not many people pay attention. Sometimes because the name sounds cheap. Sometimes because they do not have beautiful packaging, no impressive slogan. But their effectiveness far exceeds expectations, and beef tendon is such an example. Beef tendon is almost made up of 100% collagen type 1, the main type of collagen that makes up tendons, ligaments, and cartilage tissue. When slow cooked for many hours, the firm tendon fibers will melt into a gelatinous form rich in amino acids, especially glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, the essential pieces in the process of regenerating connective tissue. No food in nature contains as much concentrated biological collagen as beef tendon, and nothing is more suitable for people with osteoarthritis, dry joint fluid, and prolonged ligament pain. Walter, 66, is a former carpenter in Texas. After a fall while gardening, his knee swelled up and he had to rest for months. Physical therapy helped, but the pain still ached with every change in the weather. A Vietnamese friend brought him a strange dish at a church meeting, bun bo with pieces of stewed beef tendon that was so soft it almost melted. Walter tried it, at first out of curiosity, but then he asked for the recipe and started cooking it every week. 6 weeks later, he said, "For the first time in almost a year, I walked down the steps without holding onto the handrail. Thanks to a dish I once thought was too strange for Americans, beef tendon may be strange to many people. It is tough, takes a long time to stew, and not everyone knows how to prepare it. But it is like the body's recovery, slow, quiet, but persistent. Just give your body the right ingredients, and wait patiently, and the magic will happen." Cooking suggestions: stew beef tendon with ginger, onions, vinegar, and a little Asian or Mediterranean seasoning. Serve in soup, warm salad, or make a Western-style stew. Try a little at a time if you're new to it with texture, but don't skip it. And so, you've gone through 10 foods that restore joints, nourish natural collagen, each with its own role, from workers, building materials, to commanders. But the journey doesn't stop there, because understanding is one thing, putting it into practice is life-changing. In the following concluding section, I'll help you put all this knowledge into an easy-to-follow one-day menu plan, so you can start your joint healing journey right from your next meal. You've just been on a warm and hopeful journey, not in the doctor's office, but right in your own kitchen. Together we've explored collagen building blocks like eggs, pumpkin seeds, and chicken skin. Essential catalysts like vitamin C, sulfur, and trace minerals. The silent enemies you need to avoid if you want to recover sustainably. And especially powerful foods, like gelatin, bone broth, and beef tendon, foods that seem to be forgotten, but are silent heroes for your joints. You don't have to do it all at once, just start with the smallest step you feel ready for. It could be, add a whole egg to breakfast. Simmer a pot of bone broth over the weekend. Open your first can of sardines and toss them into a salad. Or simply, sit down and write down 3 things you want to try in the coming week. Let your body feel the difference again. Let your feet walk again, pain-free, limitless. What did you like most about today's video? What food do you want to try first? Leave a comment below. I read them all and look forward to joining you. You can also share this video with your loved ones. Who knows? Just a small dish might help someone get rid of the pain that has been nagging for years. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next videos about natural, gentle, and trustworthy health. Because your body is still trying to heal every day, and you deserve to accompany it not with anxiety, but with understanding and patience. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Wishing you and your feet steady, peaceful, and full of life steps. See you in the next video.